You know, when I first heard about Lilith and her apocalypse, I was skeptical that a resurrected half-demon warrior from the 17th century was going to be our best shot at beating her forces of darkness back.
And now?
Nico and company made the right call when they raised you from the dead, because I'm pretty sure you're the one who's going to save the day.
I am not going to save the day alone. We all are, as a team.
See? That's what I'm talking about. You know how to lead a team in the right direction.
I am just following in your footsteps.
There are 3 ways to lead, Hunter. By example, and by example. When I enlisted, I was 90 pounds soaking wet. A light breeze would have knocked me over. Not what you call captain material. But I didn't give up. And I won't let you either.
Where in the hell are you, Blaze?
There you are, Hunter. Please join me when you have a moment. I insist.
What do you think of Logan?
It's good to have him here again. He's always been a trusted friend.
I can see that. He seems to be a man of good character, despite the claws.
Always thought his claws were his best feature. They protected us, Agatha and I. Could even say they saved our lives. It must have been, what, 1985? 84? I remember because Agatha crimped her hair and shoulder pads had cast some strange spell over my wardrobe. We looked quite ridiculous, but we were happy. Well, happy until a rather disturbed coven of witches by the name of the Salem Seven invaded our home.
That must have been terrifying.
It was. But what was even worse was that they were Agatha's own grandchildren by her son Nicholas Scratch.
They tried to kidnap their grandmother?
They felt she had betrayed which kind by choosing to live among humans and came to drag her back to New Salem by force. Logan was staying with us when they invaded our home. He hid us in a secret passage and refused to tell them where we were. He kept our secret and fought them off long enough for Agatha to invoke a banishing spell. Without him, they would have surely kidnapped her, or maybe worse.
If it came down to it, I'm sure you would have prevented Agatha from being taken.
I'm not so sure about that. 7 witches are a lot to fend off. I would have been outnumbered, just like I am now. Speaking of dysfunctional dynamics, I do trust you, you know, even though I don't always show it.
I know.
Even though you don't always show it?
Something like that.
Common ground? Who would have thought?
Where in the hell are you, Blaze? the hell are you, Blaze?
Stay out of trouble.
A successful collaboration.
Give me a sec. Okay, what's up? Take your pick, Hunter. Later.
Where in the hell are you, Blaze?
Looks good to me.
Ain't gonna go easy, bub. Nice match, kid.
If you can beat Carol in a straight fight, let's do this.
And we didn't think we could get any strong.
Let's see him try to handle.
All right, then.
I need to meditate. It's important that I keep myself ready.
Hey, can I ask a favor? Ah, thanks, Hunter.
You are the best girl. You know that, right?
Where in the hell are you, Blaze? you, Blaze?
There's a Hydra unit nearby that seems to be using some sort of experimental equipment. Fortunately, Stark was able to home in on their signal.
Bring it on!
If we can capture that agent, we might gain some insight into Hydra's plans.
We hear you. Hell.
About time.
I know that wasn't your signature move. Getting it done any way we know how.
I see the target. Leave some for the rest of us.
This shouldn't take long.
I need a medic here.
This should be good. Fail, Smydra! Talk before I feed you a blade.
Not looking good for you.
Fair enough.
I've got movement here.
That'll work. I heard Lilith is kind of hot. Any of you dorks make a move yet?
Move with me.
Never tried that before.
Now's your chance. Take them into custody before they can regain their bearings.
Welcome assistance.
Requesting support. To the mother. No place to hide.
Hiding in plain sight.
some more flunkies coming in. Is it my turn now? Did your mama have any kids that lived?
Excellent work. But I doubt Hydra will let you walk off with their agents so easily. Stay alert. We're going to have to fend off another attack from the Fallen. Lilith is relentless in her approach. We need to take care of the rest of these thugs. Don't hold back.
Here we go. Let's do it.
Picked the wrong one, bub. Gotta get my bearings here.
Qualifications to be a Hydra officer? I'd have guessed a warm body, but I think Lilith solved that too.
Mother finally found someone who can get the job done. Me!
How much is Lilith paying you guys anyway? It can't be enough.
My favorite piece of egg-sucking gutter trash, finally ready to put up her shut up.
The advantage is mine.
Now for something real.
It won't be that easy anymore. You see me running? That's the best you got?
Don't worry. yet?
Mortalis!
We are doing well so far. By my side.
That looked like it hurt.
I'm saving my energy till you guys can talk to your union rep. I don't think you're supposed to be fighting on our level yet.
You were too weak for this fight.
Looks like you've got the agent in custody. Better clear out before Hydra sends a search party.
Are you heading to the meeting?
Soon.
Something on your mind?
Nothing important. Isn't the angry children meeting tonight?
Emo kids?
Yes, that. I can never keep up with the modern lingo. Took me a decade to rid myself of thee and thou.
The meeting is tonight.
Then I should wrap up.
How's it going?
Are you prepared for tonight's meeting?
I am more than prepared. I am the Sorcerer Supreme. But yes, I am ready.
Are you going to the meeting?
Very soon.
So don't get mad, but Caretaker wants to run Emo Kids tonight.
I'm used to her taking over. She does this whenever I find my own path.
It's just for tonight, okay? I'll shut down the Emo Kids before I let her take over. Alright, let's do this.
Lead the way.
Tonight's ritual will prove to be an absolute treat.
Why am I just now finding out that Emo Kids serves dessert? Do you bring it out after I leave?
No, we don't. No. I mean Caretaker's mastery of tonight's ritual. Her magic is bones of the world old. I confess my ignorance as to her methods is quite thrilling. A rarity for any Sorcerer Supreme.
How much did Nico tell you about tonight's meeting?
She said you are leading it.
I suspect you have an opinion on the matter. Say what you must.
I am ready.
That's all?
Yes. When do we start?
As soon as you want. Tonight I will cocoon your conscious mind from your past self. When you are ready, we can safely observe the events of your death.
We can begin.
What is the last memory on the night of your death?
Lilith, asking me to join her.
Keep it close. That's where you'll begin.
All right.
What do you see?
Lilith and I face each other in the circle.
Join you? Why would I ever do that?
Since my transformation, I have made so many children, yet all pale beside my greatest creation. My true child, perfect, conceived in my very image.
I am nothing
My
like
echo
you.
shouldn't have a crack
Not
collar.
yet, but you
Does a
will
crack
be
happen in the modern time?
when I remove the shackles that bind
No,
you.
I will never stand by your side.
Foolish child, you have no choice in the... But we can no longer afford such lies.
I cannot move. The Darkhold. She has the Darkhold.
You cling to the delusions of your captors. Embrace your true self trapped within.
She lifts the Darkhold high. She...
That's it? That's how the hunter died?
There's nothing more.
So the hunter died because of a book?
Miss Rasputin, the Darkhold is hardly a book.
So Lilith read the hunter to death.
I guess she channeled her demon powers through the Darkhold.
Ugh, still a boring way to die.
What did Lilith mean about your true self?
I think Sarah can shed some light on this.
I think you're right. Sarah knows her sister better than anyone alive. Perhaps she has insight on what Lilith meant.
I will talk to Sarah.
Sounds good.
I'm disappointed. I thought there'd be more to it.
Same here.
I always thought her attack on the Abbey was to recover the Darkhold, but it appears it was a means to an end.
What she said about me, my true self. Can you explain that?
No, it's nonsense, but she clearly believed what she said. Perhaps we can use this against her.
How?
When we're ready to face her, you may be able to divert her attention.
You want to use me as bait?
Well, if you're offering.
Why is using me as bait always your plan?
Because it works.
After I died, was that how you found me?
Yes. You and Lilith. With the Darkhold between you.
If she used it to kill me, how did she die?
The Darkhold is a dangerous book. Maybe the power was too much for her to control.
I know where my body ended up. What of Lilith?
The Knights of Wundagore took Lilith's body. I didn't ask where, and didn't want to know.
And the Darkhold?
Also provided to the Knights, in pieces for them to scatter throughout the world. It worked for centuries, until Hydra tracked them down.
That is all I wanted to ask.
Are you all right? This can't have been easy to relive.
Not knowing was the hardest part of my return. I feel better.
Good. I won't keep you. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
You died predictably.
You sound disappointed.
Death for the hunter should not be so banal. Next time, add some spice. Get your legs stuck in a combine harvester. Have a sack of starving weasels tied around your face. Anything but demon powers.
Observing your own death can lead to sleepless nights, I know from personal experience. If you have trouble sleeping, I can write you a prescription. A joke, of course. I'm not licensed in this state.
I think that's it. You leaving?
That is it for me.
Sounds good. See you next meeting.
An offering bowl. But what to offer? It seems my offering was accepted. Autumn must not see it that way. There's only so much Hippus can do. Hippus does not seem to agree. There must not be anything here. The gods are fickle. He hears me, but has no answers. Perhaps I ask too much of him. Autumn thinks otherwise. If his help was warranted, Hippus would provide. He hears me, but has no answers. Hippus does not seem to agree. Autumn does not answer. Perhaps I ask too much of him. There's only so much Hippus can do. If his help was warranted, Hippus would provide. Perhaps I ask too much of him. There's only so much Hippus can do. If his help was warranted, Hippus would provide. He hears me, but has no answers. Hippus does not seem to agree. He is in agreement. This looks like one of the shards that Agatha asked me to find. That is something. Blessings of Hippus. The goddess must be busy. If it was here, Autumn would show me. Perhaps I ask too much of him. If it was here, Autumn would show me. The goddess disagrees. There must not be anything here. There's only so much Hippus can do. Autumn thinks otherwise. Hippus does not seem to agree. Mother. You are a cute little shapeshifter, are you not? If his help was warranted, Hippus would provide.
As a place to die, this isn't a bad one.
must not be her purview. Autumn does not answer. He hears me, but has no answers.
I have no idea how I'm supposed to get these last two moon seal pieces, because they seem to be behind the thing that I need the moon seal pieces to be able to get to. So
Here's another shard. 2 down, 1 to go.
I wouldn't have guessed we'd become such fast friends, Hunter.
I knew you'd recover the shards if you put your mind to it, but that was still faster than I expected. I better get to work then. I'm confident I can return the moon seal to its former glory, but I'll have to send you on another errand. I need a particular flower to serve as the reagent for this ritual. It shouldn't be too hard to find. It grows right in front of my old cabin. While you gather that, I'll make the rest of the preparations.
This must be the reagent that Agatha needs to restore the seal.
Why, hello, Hunter.
I have found the reagent.
So you have. Let's not waste any more time. For this to work, we'll need the elemental altar. Come with me. This is it, Hunter. Once I've reforged the seal, you can face the final trial. I'm sure Set is eagerly awaiting your arrival.
It has been a long road to reach this point.
Lucky for you, the ritual won't take more than a moment. I just need to say the magic words. Abracadabra. Just kidding, dear.
I am glad to know your situation did nothing to dampen your sense of humor.
Sarah is salty enough for the both of us. I like to keep things in balance. Now, let's get you a moon seal. I just hope Set doesn't mind a bit of refurbishment.
I will find out soon enough.
Just remember, Hunter, the answers we seek are almost within your grasp. Stay the course. Set's challenge will be the hardest. Are you ready?
I am ready. Where Wanda failed, I will succeed.
That's my Hunter. Good luck, dear.
Whoa.
If you remember from the last trial, I told you that Hippus was consumed by his brother, Set, who absorbed his power. It was this betrayal that showed the Elder Gods, including Chthon, the path towards their own corruption.
I saw a move like that once, centuries ago. You were too weak for this fight. I am impressed. Maybe you do not realize the trouble you are in, friend. Your mother abandons you. Be of great help. This should help. I see not much has changed among the world's fanatics.
there hoping to bear me down. I don't think we'll be seeing any Serpent Men, but in he created his own personal army, much like Lilith and her children. He seemed to have an unusual fascination with Earth's various reptile species.
My call. Leave some for the rest of us. They cannot possibly match your strength. Now that was something. I saw a move like that once, centuries ago.
If you believe everything an old witch was telling, when the now corrupt Set descended upon the Earth, he used the prevailing reptiles of the time, dinosaurs, to create his physical form.
Leave some for the rest of us. You have earned this. Once again, Lilith's servants fall. Now that was something.
Unfortunately for those lumbering beasts, when autumn came to destroy Set, the ensuing battle lasted for thousands of years and drove them to extinction alongside their fallen admirer.
The untold price of being killed by the overlords. I am impressed. They cannot possibly match your strength. I am impressed.
It was weird in the film because you were acting enough targets.
I wouldn't go so far as to say Set is pleased, but I'm sure you've piqued his interest.
Oh, this looks like it belongs here. Set revels in his blessing. Clever. I wonder if there are more rings nearby. Autumn must not see it that way. He sees our path. Cantankerous, these fairies. Hippus will provide. must not be anything here. Thank you, my friends, wherever you are. Must not be her purview. Set regards no obstacles. Set is in good humor today. Curious. The goddess disagrees.
Sorry for the delay. I'm just getting some more juice. I have to say, it wasn't much of a mystery with that pyramid. If it was a case of just, use the reveal word on it, and that's the mystery solved.
Nothing can stand in his way.
I'm getting the impression from the journals of Hiram and his infatuation with Lilith that Hiram is my dad, not Rigger. That's why he has a nameless grave. Hey, Winner.
Autumn, show me the way.
Yeah, I'm picking up. Also, these keys appear to be getting more and more worthless, given that I keep opening epic chests and just getting like a handful of gold. That is the same as what I get from a normal or rare chest that doesn't need a key. I'm guessing my legendary chests are getting worth opening now. Yeah. There you go. See, you can hang out on my lap. I keep thinking I'll be able to harvest those blue flowers as reagents as well, but no. But no.
The father of serpents is smiling. If it were meant to be broken, Set would gladly assist.
Break the wall, Hunter. I will
Break the wall down.
Set is in good humor today. If his help was warranted, Hephaestus would provide. If it was here, Autumn would show me.
I guess I
She
can
does
track
not
those
see it
altars, huh?
happening. Sarah?
Of all the things you weren't expecting, finding me here had to be near the top of the list.
Have you been following me?
On the contrary, kiddo, I think it's you that's been following in my footsteps. Speaking of which, have you been enjoying the trials? I'm not sure how you found your way down that path, but you've obviously impressed the gods, just like your mother and I did.
You are being much calmer than I expected about all this.
You aren't the first member of your family to sneak away and attempt the trials. I remember raising more than a few eyebrows on my run.
This from the favored daughter of Ashtur?
I always respected Ashtur, especially compared to some of her siblings.
And my mother?
I think she saw something of herself in Autumn, but she was never one to flatter the gods.
She seems to have no issue kneeling to Chthon.
Is that really what you believe, Hunter?
No, there's clearly more to our story.
I'm glad you already see that. It will make this easier.
The actual truth?
If you've come this far, then there's really no point in hiding it anymore.
This place, sealed and hidden away beneath my mother's garden, this was you again. Something else you wanted to lock away.
Would you believe it's because I've been a stubborn old woman for far too many centuries?
Yes.
This may be difficult to understand given what you've been told, how you were raised. But your mother isn't the bastion of evil the world knows her to be.
Yes, I know she was not the mother of demons when she was with my father.
There's more to it than that. I told you of her work to find a cure for his illness. There was nothing she could do, and when he passed, she accepted his fate. But then, the corruption came for you.
I was sick? I do not remember that at all.
I'm not surprised, given the cure. You were so young, so vulnerable. Lilith was inconsolable. If she had been desperate to heal your father, she was now completely unhinged when it came to curing you.
But she did find a way.
We had thought to bury it in this place forever, safe from not just the greedy eyes of petty men like Shaw, but from ourselves.
The Darkhold.
Yes, and sensing your mother's desperation, the damn thing called out to her. There within its pages, Lilith found a way to protect her child, straight from the Great Shadow himself, Chthon. And as payment, she pledged her eternal devotion to him, reborn as the Mother of Demons.
She only wanted more power for herself.
Lilith had no need for more power, and certainly not at the cost of her only child.
But she has reveled in her time as Chthon's harbinger.
Has she? Do we really know what she believes now?
But what she became...
What she became? I barely recognized. She may have been your mother, but there was no way she could be your mother ever again.
And so you cast her out?
She was weakened from the transition. Some part of her soul still struggling with the corruption infecting her, I suppose. I knew I would only have the moment, and so I struck, drove her from the Abbey. From you. It was the only way I could protect you. In my mind and in my heart, I believed that the Lilith I knew would have done the same.
But then she came back.
Yes, it took her years, but she finally returned. Of course, by then, she had become something far different. The rest, as you know, is history. Until now. I thought by sealing this place, by avoiding the truth, that it would somehow make all of this easier. But I also knew someday we would have this conversation.
You were trying to protect me, as you always do.
You've made this easier on me than it should be, kiddo. But I can't say I'm not glad that you still believe in me.
We can only move forward from here. We have spent enough time wading through the past.
You'll get no argument from me there. You're welcome to spend as much time here as you like, Hunter. I haven't been down here in ages. Maybe you'll find something among your mother's things.
Sorry, did that have literally nothing in it?
Set revels in his blessing.
Why, hello, Hunter.
I hadn't intended on eavesdropping, dear, but I couldn't help but overhear your conversation with Sarah.
Did you know about my mother?
Sarah was never any more forthcoming about Lilith with me than she has been with you. She must have felt it was safer to keep both of us in the dark.
At the cost of a great deal of pain and suffering.
You don't have to tell me, dear. Had I known what Sarah was hiding, maybe I wouldn't have pushed Wanda as hard as I did.
And to say nothing of what this did to you.
It may sound ridiculous, but if someone had to end up this way, I'm glad it was me. Can you imagine what a nightmare Sarah would be as a poltergeist?
That is true. We may have had another terror stalking the grounds had things gone differently.
And despite everything, I have to say, I'm glad we were able to spend this bit of extra time together, Hunter.
Sure, I thought I was muted this whole time. I was eating all these Pringles. I'm terrible, sorry.
I enjoyed it too, Agatha.
I'm glad, dear. But there are still more secrets to
I was doing my thought I was
discover,
on mute the
if
whole
you're
time. I was eating those
interested.
Pringles. I'm the worst.
More still? How will I know where to find them?
Oh, I'd say some combination of dumb luck and persistence. But in all seriousness, with Set's blessing, you'll be able to break down all sorts of things, I imagine. I'm sure you'll figure it out. Just have fun, dear.
Set is a temperamental god. Autumn does not answer. The goddess must be busy. He hears me, but has no answers. The father of serpents is smiling. Set regards no obstacles. Autumn be praised. Set has decided not to. Set must not be listening today. Nothing can stand in his way.
I don't know what other mysteries there are then.
I have a task that could, well, use your expertise. I do it myself, but my research takes priority.
I have something for you.
Oh?
Here you are.
You are good at following direction.
Especially since I hadn't actually received a message asking me for ingredients.
Hey there.
I'm almost getting used to seeing you on your feet again. Almost. Some days it feels like I'm stuck in a time warp, Hunter.
Oh? How so?
This current team, they're so different than the Midnight Suns you once knew. Yet when I see you all together, it's like nothing has changed. I have to remind myself that Jeremiah, Will, Endra, Yelena, they've been gone for centuries now.
I would not be the warrior I am today without them. They all showed me so much. They taught me everything.
Well, not everything, Hunter. There's still a lot you can learn.
Yes, like what all the buttons do. Everything in this modern era seems to have a button on it.
For what it's worth, I still think of the old team often.
Same here. Except for you, it has been hundreds of years. For me, it was like yesterday.
Yet here we are. I just hope things end differently this time.
So I guess we're at costume powers to give.
Need a pick-me-up?
Oh, you are gonna love this. Shh. Tony is working. Hey, Hunter. This should be interesting. Sometimes, I even impress myself.
Always a pleasure.
I'm ready when you are. Just remember the most important thing. There are no rules. Practice makes perfect.
New and improved.
We've got plenty of tricks for old dogs. No excuses here.
An enhanced spell?
I think we've got something for everyone. Time's wasting, huh? All right, then.
Hunter? Bye.
What are you doing?
I think I'm getting the hang of this thing. What do 3 squiggly lines mean?
It means you should step away before Sarah notices.
Okay, so the squiggly lines just flashed red. Is that bad?
Yes, actually. What is going on? Vampires attacking civilians in Central Park?
Well, that means we're up, right? Innocents are in danger. We gotta take care of this right now.
Eddie, I agree completely.
Ah, first time I've heard that in years. Come on, let's do some lethal protection. Still feels good to be free from Lilith's control.
I can only imagine.
And I hope you never have to do more than that. Thankfully, I'm free and clear now.
Do not jinx yourself.
Trust me, no one will ever put me under their thumb ever again.
His portal.
You're welcome. Cute couple.
We have the upper hand, for now.
We cannot escape the
protect them. That means you, Venom.
We don't get to eat, neither do these bloodsuckers.
Feel free to interrupt their meals.
You were too weak for this fight. Your mother abandons you. I saw a move like that once, centuries ago.
Prepare to die! Blood on us, even on our hands.
Try not to swallow any, and you'll be fine.
We're not all afraid about eating, you know.
Ha! Oh, you meant that?
I am impressed.
Well done out there. Especially you, Venom.
We smell something nasty. What is
Mephisto, what are you?
That's better. Now, let's get a few things straight. While perhaps one may choose to save the odd civilian, contractually, in the fight to end the vampire scourge, the spirit of the intended agreement...
Come again?
I did not waste my time curing you so you could save superfluous human lives.
Still boring.
Do I have your attention now? We all know what you really are. A monster. The only version of you that remotely interests me, and the only reason I allowed this deal.
Stop doing that!
Oh, I'll stop. But you've earned an object lesson. Vampires are bad for business. Vampires keep souls from flowing to where they're most needed. With less souls, there are more soulless. Do you understand the lesson? Because it's time for some target practice.
So many targets.
I just see 2 of them. Let's see if you can do this properly. I'll give you 1 chance.
We are not your toys!
Just kill them all. It's really quite simple.
The power of the light.
It's time! Permission to eat that one? Delicious! You have our thanks. Ready!
Now that was something. This is a serious predicament for you. Feel my call.
So weak!
I have your back. There was a time when Lilith had the highest of standards for her minions. That time has clearly passed. The light will carry you onward.
We'll take it.
Consider it done.
Is it still a legend if it's true? Delicious! Prepare to die! You! Much appreciated.
We are not out of this yet.
You're so much more efficient without those trifling morals getting in the way.
We are just trying to survive your foolish games.
Deny it all you like, Hunter. But you're a natural killer.
Stop talking at us!
I had hoped for a challenge. Once again, Lilith's servants fall. Return to your mother. This shall be of great help.
We pick you! We have so much power! generous. Who would it take out? Enough of this. We are wasting our time on these inedibles.
Ready to crawl back to your home planet yet?
We were fine on Earth, not here.
You were unprepared. It is the least I can do. Let us see if they have an answer for this. Well executed.
Ready.
They cannot possibly match your strength.
Finally. You are out of your league.
Leave some for the rest of us.
It's time.
Walk in the light.
Much appreciated.
Welcome assistance.
Yes. Yes. Tear them to shreds.
We have a very good memory.
This could be how your legacy ends. How embarrassing.
He is like a less endearing version of Caretaker.
So much nagging.
Pathetic. How invigorating. That was even better than I expected. Next time, run while you still can.
Now, release us!
Acceptable outcome. You've earned some small measure of my respect. And I hope learned your lesson.
The lesson is, we do not like being the target!
Of course you don't. And that burning in your chest, that would be...
indigestion?
That would be regret. The most overused human seasoning.
Seasoned humans are delicious.
Would you?
Enough! If you want this so much, stop posturing and tell us where to go.
Find what you seek, where it all began. Now, eradicate the vampire threat, or join me in limbo forever.
You do not dare!
Right, off you go. I don't know why I bother.
I'd very much like to bring Magic along to kick Mephisto's butt later.
This strange feeling ever since I made that deal with Mephisto. Probably nothing, right?
I hope you never lose your inner spark of kindness.
You and my aunt would have so much to talk about. We're supposed to have shop class tonight, but Tony really got under his skin. I've never seen him this mad. Can you help me talk him down?
Lead the way.
Thanks, Hunter.
You've gone too far, Tony!
Explain how replacing outdated equipment is a problem.
You moved my car!
It was in the way, and I moved it back.
Crap.
All this flashy junk isn't why I'm here. Why any of the rest of us are here.
Well, I'm here to make progress. If you aren't, then get out of the way.
Never meet your heroes. I get it now. I don't know why I thought you could change.
Robbie just needs a little space. Let's get started. We don't have much on this saber-tooth guy, but we know he's incredibly dangerous. He's also somewhat predictable.
In what way?
When it comes to a fight, he's extremely aggressive. Our ideas take advantage of that.
What have you cooked up?
The initial prototype uses a tailored pheromone to keep him away. It provokes an intense revulsion we hope will blunt his attacks.
Like a foul scent used to keep animals at bay.
Well put. Our other prototype is... well, we kept it simple. It's part sedative and part itching powder.
To trip him up with a thorn in his paw.
A very distracting thorn at that. Thanks for getting me those components. We're good to go. Time to... Tony, what's up?
I think your gearhead pal is still wound up.
Okay. Hunter, give me a minute. I want to make sure Robbie's okay.
Take your time. I'll assemble the prototype for the Hunter.
Oh, I'd prefer to hold off. There are some details I want to go over before we begin.
Oh, come on. You've managed so far. How hard can it be for me?
Sure, fine.
Before we get started, I've noticed Parker takes twice as long to finish these prototypes than he should. I have some ideas.
Give me a minute.
You know what? Don't...
Okay.
Sit back. What? You looking for a round two? I don't want to butt heads, but to quote a frenemy, I can do this all day.
Tony, I don't want to fight you. You were my hero growing up.
Kids do love Iron Man.
Not Iron Man. You, Tony. The man who could fix any problem with technology.
What do you want, Robbie?
10 years ago, you bought the Salazar steel plant, then shut it down. Do you remember what you said at the press conference? When you announced the Stark Technology Center?
Something witty?
You said, I'm here to make progress. If you aren't, you should get out of my way. Tony, you put half the families in my neighborhood out of work. And for what? You never even broke ground on that technology center.
I don't even remember this.
3 years later, most of the families who you put out of work had moved away. Follow the jobs, you know? The rest of us weren't so lucky. That's when things got real bad. But those families had it right. You need to know when it's time to move on. So good luck with shop class. I hope it's all the progress you want it to be.
You too, Parker?
Yeah, Tony. If I could manage it, how hard can it be for you?
Damn it. What just happened?
I guess you are in charge now.
I didn't want this.
That is not what I saw.
I can fix this.
Maybe, but not tonight.
Not much to say, for once.
Hey, you mind checking in with Eddie? Whatever happened with Mephisto has him especially bummed.
Why not talk to him yourself?
Because I want him to cheer up?
Of course. I will speak with him.
Thanks. Oh, and don't tell him I asked. Wouldn't want to spoil his mood any further. What's up, Hunter?
There is my ferocious Charlie girl. You seem frustrated. If you need to vent, I could hold the punching bag while you hit it.
Nah, can't take everything out on Peter.
That is not what I...
Yeah, I know what you meant. Sorry, Hunter. Didn't mean to bite your head off. Honestly, I feel like I'm the one who's getting used as a punching bag right now.
Mephisto is getting to you?
Ha, for starters. Don't forget about Lilith. And with these vampires, feels like everyone's forming a line.
That is a lot.
Your mother controlled me. She took away my free will. Now Mephisto has me under his thumb. I'm tired of being someone's puppet.
I love a good puppet show. Do children today still enjoy the antics of Punch and Judy?
Oh, so my life is falling apart and you're making jokes?
Just trying to lighten the mood.
Yeah, well, I guess I should apologize too. I'm the one who started yelling. My symbiote is a great companion, but makes it hard for me to think straight when I get worked up. You know, I always thought of myself as the lethal protector. I can be the bad guy if it means protecting the innocent, but Mephisto has me all twisted up. It makes me think I can't even do that.
Sounds like the only thing left to do is teach Mephisto not to mess with the Midnight Suns.
Huh. All right. I can get on board with that. You know, I was actually thinking about that already. You ever heard of the legendary spear of Perseus? No, not the fabled hero who beheaded Medusa, but the real-life Macedonian king. A book in the library says he possessed a god-forged spear that made him invincible. Something like that might kill Mephisto.
If Perseus was invincible, what happened to him?
Oh, his territory was eventually conquered by the Romans. But I'm sure that's only because the spear had been stolen before then.
You really believe a blade like this still exists?
Well, yeah, it's indestructible. It's gotta be somewhere.
You should speak to Caretaker or Dr. Strange. I am sure they could offer details about the spear you would find enlightening.
Are you saying that I can't trust my own sources? Those party poopers would just tell me that chasing after the spear is a fool's errand. But, okay, I see what you're getting at. I'm taking the screwball approach to things like I always do. But still, I have to do something. Give me some time to think.
You talked to Eddie? How's he doing?
He was upset at his ill treatment by Lilith and Mephisto, but he wants to do the right thing. I plan to support him.
That makes two of us.
He needs time to recover, but it seems he will be all right.
Sure, but how do I put this delicately? I'm concerned his emotions will get the better of him.
How so?
Well, Eddie was always an emotional tornado, but the symbiote doesn't help. It feeds off his emotions, enhances them.
Eddie's feelings are not his own?
Oh, they are, but they're amplified, sometimes to a dangerous degree. Take it from me, the symbiote can really wind your gears.
I know how to train wild beasts. Lots of meat, belly rubs, and you bop them on the nose if they bare their teeth at you.
In my experience, Venom will tolerate only one of those things. Stick to positive reinforcement and the occasional plate of wings. Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on him. If he stops acting like the Eddie I know, you'll be the first to hear it. I've been thinking, Hunter, and have come to the conclusion that we need a theme song.
We do?
Yes. We're practically a two-person team here, and I think this is the natural next step in our friendship. So, you got a favorite genre of music we could put the tune to?
My favorite music growing up was Baroque. Bach was all the rage, what Nico would refer to as a rock star with a harpsichord.
Yeah, I think I read about him during the musical appreciation section of art history.
Well, you should listen to him too. He was one of the fathers of modern music and can be a great source of inspiration.
Look, I appreciate classical music and all, but I'm not sure it works for a theme song, though. I was thinking more like, Hunter and Spider-Man, Hunter and Spider-Man. One is a hunter, the other is Spider-Man. They are Hunter and Spider-Man. So, what do you think?
It is quite catchy, Peter. I certainly will not be able to get it out of my head for a great while.
Good, because that's the whole point. We want to be like that song Lilin and Hydra Forces can't get out of their heads no matter how hard they try.
Then you are succeeding.
Cool. I'll work on it some more then. In the meantime, I was wondering, what do you think about that other thing I asked you about?
What other thing?
Me joining the Midnight Suns. You said be the best I can be, and I'm all for that, but I'm too used to working alone. I want to fit in more with the Suns. Any pointers?
I have been thinking about this, Peter, and I think you might be too good for the ragtag gang of misfits who go by the Midnight Suns.
Too good? Is this your way of letting me down easy?
That is not what I meant.
I consider the Suns to be my friends. Let me be the judge of whether or not I'm too good or not good enough for them.
I stand corrected.
Okay. Thanks for the chat. Till next time. Uh-oh, here comes trouble.
I have something for you.
A new high-def camera?
Components for shop class.
Be honest, have I traveled back in time?
No, you sent me a message.
Right. I set those up before the last meeting. And you got one.
So, what should I do with these components?
I can take them.
Are you sure?
Yeah. If you hand them over, I can get Tony and Robbie talking again.
And if not?
I'll give them all back. Deal?
Agreed.
Hey, Hunter. You know, this isn't the first time Hydra's turned to the occult. Back during the war, Baron von Strucker tried just about everything to get a leg up on the Allies. I remember Project Lazarus, when he tried to create an army of undead Nazi super soldiers.
A force like that would have been a powerful weapon indeed. It is fortunate that you stopped him.
Did we? I can't help but look at these augmented Hydra soldiers and wonder if Strucker's work lives on through them. Or unlives.
Faustus's serum.
Is it so much of a stretch? To be caught between life and death? Forced into an endless war? That's a fate I wouldn't wish on anyone.
Should I be taking this personally?
Not at all what I was talking about. We both find ourselves called back into duty in the middle of a long war. The difference is we have a choice. No one's forcing us to pick up our shield or sword when the call to battle comes. It's a decision we make for ourselves each and every day.
One thing is certain, Steve. Regardless of the century, you are an honorable man.
I'm just trying to do what's right. But thank you, Hunter. That's kind of you to say.
I wouldn't have...
Doctor, are you familiar with the Spear of Perseus?
Hunter, please. I'm getting a bit old for children's fables, don't you think?
Okay, so it is just a story? The spear is not a real magical artifact?
No, far from it. In fact, the Spear of Perseus is really a misnomer.
What do you mean?
Well, the Spear of Perseus isn't a physical blade, it's a military tactic. Perseus used to arrange his soldiers into a spear-like formation on the battlefield. That ridiculous legend about a supernatural weapon came centuries later.
I see. I just talked to Eddie, and he is convinced the spear is real. He hopes to hunt it down to use it against Mephisto.
Oh, by the hoary hosts of Hoggoth, I hope he enjoys chasing wild geese, because that is what he is about to do.
Doctor, knowing Eddie, I worry he might find something that he believes is actually magical.
Whatever he finds is all but guaranteed to be a chintzy replica, likely ripped from a museum gift shop.
I'm sure Mephisto will enjoy using it as a back-scratcher.
Indeed. Let's hope Eddie gets bored with this tale before that happens. I could not have predicted this outcome, but it is intriguing.
Welcome to Tony's Scary Demon Cave. I'm Tony, and how may I assist you today? Sometimes, I even impress myself. Big Tony's Forge of Mystery. We never close.
I'm happy to help, Hunter.
Need a pick-me-up? Look, the science is a bit hard to follow. Best if I don't explain it. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. In my case, literally, a constant. We could all be taking better care of ourselves. Exactly what I was thinking. No, this is better than a workout.
Hey, Hey, can I ask a favor? Oh, thanks, Hunter.
I can see why you picked that.
Promise I won't break your face. I love it.
Think Dr. Strange ready for more? All right then.
Agatha always knew how to put a smile on my face.
If Hydra's mystics succeed in opening that rift, they'll call even more of Lilith's children to their side.
Coming at me now.
Everything appears to be going according to plan.
Looks like you could use a hand. I owe you a Coke. Let's settle this. Whatever gets the job done. Should do the trick. kiss it goodbye.
Continual effort.
I wasn't even trying that hard.
That's one mystic out. We've knocked another mystic out of the ritual. Almost there.
Will shake our loyalty.
Return to the darkness.
Mystics are digging deeper, reaching for something to call forth.
The curse is upon you. Enduring peril.
For Hydra! Requesting medevac!
Feeling a little off.
You have nothing to fear. Mother, protect us.
I am still the center of attention. Look to the sky. Don't get up, even if you can. Are you prepared?
How long have you been waiting to do that? Hope you're ready. Too easy. Not looking good for you. I'm gonna rip you. Now it's my turn. If you ain't gonna talk, you won't need that tongue.
calling something forth. You need to stop them.
They would still battle the elements? We will be through with this in no time. Imagine what will happen if you don't talk.
That's a totally normal one.
The forces of nature conspire against you.
Crude, but effective.
Wow, I'm glad you're on our side. Target confirmed. Nice armor. Pity if someone punched a hole in it. I'm gonna need some time here.
I am a wall.
We haven't even gotten started yet.
About time. Bring what you got. Now for something real special. Bad luck.
That's gonna leave a mark.
The enemy has the upper hand. Have been waiting. Ready for a real hit?
Our enemies came unprepared.
Want it done right, gotta do it yourself. Gets on the other. Maybe it's time you quit this racket. Just what I need. You just got volunteered.
What are friends for?
We've done it.
Book club tonight. You in?
Meet you there.
After you. Hunter.
I like this book, but I can't explain why. Maybe I'll figure it out as we discuss it.
I should not be this nervous about what you all thought of the book. Even the best translations from Kree lose subtext.
Everyone's in a mood to make. Ready to kick this off?
I am ready.
Carol, this was your book, so you can start.
I'll throw it back to you. What did you think of the book?
I had a rough time with it.
You didn't like it?
Didn't say that. At first I spent more time referencing the glossary than reading the book.
Sounds familiar. What changed?
I noticed a kind of rhythm to the words. I began to see them as lyrics to a song. All that dry talk faded and it finally came together. The lyrics made it feel much bigger than a chapter on Kree farming implements.
Exactly. This book was about much more than farming.
Exactly. The rhythm to it helped paint a bigger picture. Once I caught on, I kept reading and didn't rely on the glossary. I picked everything up from context. That's when I realized none of this was about farming. I'm surprised how much stuck with me, despite some concepts being legit alien to me.
Agreed. For me, the rhythm wasn't lyrics. It was more like the book was written to a cadence.
That's why I had you read it on your Spark. The mnemonic lexicon won't work with a hard copy.
The what now?
An ancient Kree technique. It helps you remember text that would otherwise be considered... There's no Kree word for stuffy, but essentially that. But all that's packaging. Let's get into the book itself. Hunter, did you figure out what the bloom and the harvest represent?
The bloom is poorly defended territory behind enemy lines. The harvest is when you strike that territory and then fade away.
That's an important aspect, but it's more than just an attack strategy. It's about what comes after. At the time of the book's writing, the Kree cared most about integrating captured territory while still expanding their empire. Conquered worlds came with people. Rather than treat them as prisoners, the Kree provided them with most benefits enjoyed by Kree citizens. This period is known as the cultivation.
So the bloom was when they gained full citizenship under their conquerors.
No, it's when the world requested it. As long as they could feed themselves with Kree farming techniques and defend their world with Kree defenses, the request was granted with few exceptions.
So what's the harvest?
As part of the service required by the Empire, many of these new citizens began the cultivation of freshly conquered worlds.
So they were living examples. Show the newly conquered what they could achieve if they went along with the Empire.
That's also how vampires work.
Carol, I think I pieced together the Kree strategy.
Do tell.
It's all tied to agriculture. Every soldier knows you can't fight if you can't eat. But they applied this to their expansion. Till the field, sow the seed, pull the weed, reap the crop. It means the Kree wouldn't advance until the territory they took was secure and productive.
If your enemy knows how you will act, they can prepare.
Certainly, for other spacefaring empires. But most worlds had no idea the Kree existed until the invasion was underway. But the Kree expansion had momentum. They could afford to push harder because their whole weight was behind the advance. Unless a world could push just as hard, it would eventually fall under Kree control. Carol, how was that?
Close enough to impress me. The strategy in Volume 32 wasn't perfect, but it worked out for the Kree far more often than it failed.
What happened when it failed?
That's covered in Volume 33.
And that's Book Club. Steve, you're up next. What's your book?
The Mantle of Authority, by General Chester Phillips.
Is this the one you keep saying I should read?
The very same. Now you have to. It's book club.
Before I forget, I asked Logan to join us next time.
He said yes?
He can read?
I can't wait to see how this goes. Okay, just between us, Carol's book was extremely weird, right?
Well, I learned a thing or two.
What, how to grow turnips on the moon?
That is harsh.
I didn't think it was that bad. But interstellar agriculture as a metaphor for planetary conquest, not what I expected.
You should be honest with Carol.
I'm always honest with Carol. But if I tell her it was a weird book, I'll sound like I don't know much about her adopted culture.
And how is that bad? You do not know, so this is the perfect opportunity to ask.
Good point. All right, I'll do it. Thanks, Hunter.
Good luck.
On your way out?
Yes, I am done.
Good meeting. Carol, I had some more thoughts on the book.
You do? You must have really liked it.
Actually, I didn't connect with it at all. That's what I wanted to talk to you about.
You didn't like it?
It's more that I didn't have the context. But you do, and you clearly like the book, so...
So...
I wanted to see it through your eyes. If you don't mind, I'd like that context.
I don't mind.
Okay, then.
Most of my time at Central is hurry up and wait. Stop by when I'm waiting. We'll talk.
I will.
Good?
Good.
Hunter, hello.